Welcome to tonight's restorative, what's this called? Restorative something, restorative fascia release class. To get started, we have a lot of requests for some low back love. So let's get in a child's pose to start with. This one's gonna be a supported child's pose. So if you have blankets or pillows or something that you can stack up, preferably pillows. I have a yoga bolster. If you have a yoga bolster, even better. But you don't need to have a yoga bolster. You could have pillows, like sofa cushions, whatever. Or a dog or a cat. You just put them in front of you. I'm just kidding. So you're gonna have the short end of whatever you have. Put it right between your knees with your big toes touching. Your knees are spread to the width of your mat. Make yourself really tall, and then you're just going to walk yourself over the pillow or sack of blankets that you've got. I've got to get Blaze out of the way. And then once you're there, you can do multiple things. You can either put your forehead on your pillow or you could put one cheek on it. And I'll let you know when we're halfway if you decide to do it this way so that you can switch sides of your face. So go ahead and get settled in this pose. And if you have music and you want to play it, go ahead and play it now. And just settle in. Hopefully you can see me with my dogs kind of just walking around. Stay where you are. Keep relaxing in that child's pose. I'm just going to let my dogs out for a second. Come on. Come on. So while you're here, I want you to really get connected to your breath. And this is going to be very important for this practice this evening. So when we connect to the breath, there's going to be all kinds of things happening around you, whether you have pets, kids, or, sounds outside or whatever, or even thoughts in your own mind that kind of take you out of it. I want you to come back to your breath and just maybe even count your in breath and your out breath, making them either your in breath and out breath the same, or you can make the out breath longer. And that's going to invite in the sensation of relaxation, which is what we're going for today. And then really think about breathing into the belly, expanding it like a balloon. And then exhaling fully, letting every bit of that breath out. And we want to really think about breathing in through the nose. And you can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. If you have one side of your face on your pillow, go ahead and switch sides. And now what we tend to do is we tend to grip in certain areas of the body. And so I just want you to notice where that is. And my dog's mad at me. This is quite a night. So you're just going to keep thinking about your body, and if you are holding any tension anywhere, take a deep breath into that space and back out. Just keep breathing like this and hold it there, connecting to your breath, softening into those spaces. Continue to soften and let go with each breath. Two more breaths here. And then on this next breath, start to walk your hands into the body as you start to stack your vertebrae up one at a time, coming back to a low kneeling position. Once you're there, just stay there for a breath or two. And then move this pillow out of the way for the moment being. And we're going to lie on our backs. But make sure that once you're on your back, you want to make sure you have all of the props within reach so that you're not straining to grab them, or you're not like having to do put a lot of energy or work into it. So once you have those props situated, lie down on your back, hug those knees into the chest, roll from side to side. Okay, so now we're going to take this pillow or blanket or whatever you have that you can stack over to your right. And you're going to take your right leg, extend it long, and the left leg, you're going to start crossing over. So you're going to have to shift your right hip towards the left side of your mat. And you're going to take your left leg and move any pets that are in the way and put your leg on top of that. So we're going into a twist. So you're going to put your left leg on top of the pillow or blanket that you have there. Or if you have yoga blocks, that also works really well. So just something to support it. We want to do the least amount of work as possible, and we're letting gravity do the work during tonight's practice. Then open your arms wide to a T. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the mat beneath you. So adjust yourself so that you can lower those shoulder blades down. And then last thing you want to think about is your gaze. So your gaze can either be up at the ceiling or you can look over towards the opposite hand. That'll give you the most twist. But again, listen to your body. And the whole point is to go to your edge to where you feel sensation. If at any point you feel pain, tingling, numbing, those are all signs that you've gone too far. And that's a signal to back off a little bit and only go to the point in which you feel that sensation. That's called your edge. And once you're there, come back to your breath. Come back to those sensations in your body where you want to send the breath to. And then soften. The breath is a magical thing. Depending on how you breathe, you're actually signaling to your body different things, different ways to function. And the purpose of tonight's practice is actually using the breath to signal it's time to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest part of the nervous system. So really deepening your breath and making your exhales longer than your inhales will help with that. Breathing into the belly. And then think about relaxing any tension that you have in your brow and in your jaw and your neck and your shoulders. We'll take 3 more breaths on this side. And then start to bend that leg that is crossed over you and start to bring it in back to the center, shifting your hips back to the center of your mat, hugging both knees into the chest. You can roll from side to side. You can take some knee circles here. Notice how your hips are feeling. I'm feeling tightness in my hips for sure. I know with this deadlift cycle we have going on, there is a lot of low back and hips feeling all the feels right now, as I like to say, feel all the feels. So we're going to take this to the other side. We're going to take this pillow, switch it over to your left. Once you have it there, whatever it is, pillows, blocks, blankets, you're going to extend your left leg. You're going to take the right leg up towards the ceiling and start to cross it over your body, and then shift your hips so that the left side of your hip starts to go to the right side of your mat, taking you into this twist. Again, listening to your body. If you feel any sort of tingling, pain, numbing, those are signals to back off and don't take the twist as much. So you may need to stack your pillows a lot more, maybe take off some of that, the edge from the intensity of your pose. Once you're there, your gaze can either be up at the ceiling or over to the right hand. Remember, both shoulder blades need to be down on the mat. And then we'll take about 3 more breaths on this side. And start to guide that leg back to the center. So bending it, guiding it back to the center, bringing your hips back to the middle and hugging the knees into the chest, rolling from side to side, taking some knee circles, whatever you need, and just noticing all of the different sensations as everything starts to rush back in. I have a demanding pup this evening. Okay. Hopefully that makes him happy. And now we're going to take ourselves, so we were in this twist like this. Now we're going to turn ourselves to our belly. So leave the pillow on the side that it's on. You're going to turn to the belly. And then once you're there, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. You're going to take that right leg over top of that pillow that's still there. And so it's kind of lifting the leg up off the floor. The leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. And I'm actually going to show you guys the other way because you can't really see what I'm doing. But it looks like this. Okay, so you're either going to be turned a little bit if it's too intense, or you can turn all the way so that your belly's all the way on the floor. But just go to that place where you can feel that edge of yours. So this is like a half frog. And this is going to open up through the inner thigh. And once you're here and you feel that sensation, again, not intense and don't force anything, then you can either stack your hands and put them right down in front of you so that you can put your forehead on it. You can take a blanket and put your forehead on it. You can turn your face. It's up to you. So I'm going to do it on this side, but you guys stay on the side that you're on and then settle into your breath. Let yourself relax here. Now you're going to take another deep breath and start to slowly take that leg up off of that pillow or whatever you have it stacked on and let that leg meet the opposite leg back behind you. Come onto your forearms. So you're going to bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Your hands are planted down on the floor. And then see if you can bring your chest through. So you're opening up through your chest and you're going to feel that lengthening through your abs. So we're just going to hold it here. You can widen the legs as much as you need to support that low back. The wider, the easier it is on your low back. We're just doing a little counter pose to what we've been doing here. Your head, you can hang it low. You can just look forward. It's up to you. And then come back down all the way to the floor. So flat on the belly, your forehead down on the mat, and then roll your forehead on the mat side to side, massaging your forehead. From here, you're going to take that pillow or whatever you had on the other side and switch it to the other side that you have not done yet. Now we're going to do that same half frog on this side. So you're going to open up to your left and you're going to bring that left leg on top of it, on top of the pillow. And I'm saying left because that's the side I had guided you on to begin with. Was you start on the right, maybe you're on the left now, but if you're not, just do the other side that you haven't done. Once you have that leg bent and on top of your pillows or blankets that you have or blocks, then you can leave your body open as much as you need it to be for the comfort of that hip. Okay, so it's up to the mobility of that hip, how open you can go, the flexibility that you have here. If you're able to bring yourself all the way to your belly on your mat, then do that. But if there's too much intensity, so you're feeling that tingling or that pain or that numbing, then I need you to roll a little bit more onto your right side so that you're not going too intense into this pose. And then once you're there, let your head fall either on the stack of your hands or on a blanket or another pillow. But you want to keep your head as neutral as possible, so you don't want to stack it too high. Just enough that it has some support here. And then come back to your breath. Deepen that breath. Soften the body. All right, let's take a couple more breaths on this side. And then start to take that leg off of that pillow and extend it long behind you like we had done before. And start to roll your forehead on your mat. Now we're going to come up onto all fours and grab a blanket or yoga block. We're going to come into pigeon, but in this practice it's actually called swan. I don't know why, but it just is. So you're going to take your right leg, you're going to cross it in front of you. So your left leg is long behind you, your right leg is in front and it's bent, and you're bending it as much as you need it to go so you feel some intensity, but you're not again at that point of pain. You're at your edge. So you've got your right knee behind your right hand, you've got your right foot behind your left hand, and then inhale, make yourself really tall. And as you exhale, start to melt down. You can come down to a blanket, you can come down to your pillow. The other thing you can do here, if you want to take some of that intensity away, because again, we're only going to that edge, take that blanket or yoga block and slide it underneath the right hip to the point where you have additional support here and you can completely relax and let go. So start to melt down as far as you can go here. And then once you are where you feel you want to be, come back to your breath. Again, think about your face. If you're gripping in your face, like your eyebrows or your jaw, just relax it, let it go. You can let your tongue fall away from the top of your mouth. Just let everything kind of just droop and come back to your breath. And now for the next 5 breaths, here is an option for you if you want to get into your shoulders. So if you are all the way down with your forehead down, just come up onto your elbows. And then the same side that you have your leg bent. So my right leg is bent in front. I'm doing pigeon on my right side. I'm going to take my right arm and my left hand is out in front of me. So I'm going to take that right hand, thread it underneath my left, and come into this slight little twist and into a little shoulder stretch. So you're going to keep that shoulder right underneath you. Your right hand, the palm, is facing up to the ceiling. And then just let your head come down to some support. It might be all the way on the mat. It might be on a block. It might be on a blanket. But you'll just feel this opening through the shoulder blade. And just let yourself breathe here for 5 deep breaths. And after this last breath, start to, if you did this twist, you'll press into your left hand to lift yourself up and out of it. And then we're going to come into a down dog to get out of this. You're going to tuck that left foot, come up into a downward facing dog. And then that right leg, bring it up and bend the knee and open through the hip. Just take some ankle circles, wiggle your toes, take some hip circles here. One way and then the other, kind of just feeling all those feelings that are coming back into the hip. And then you can walk your dog. So alternate lifting the heels one at a time, shifting your hips from side to side. And then we're going to take this to the other side. So you're going to lift the left leg up in a 3-leg dog, and then you're going to bring that knee to the nose, and then plant your leg front so that the right leg is nice and long behind you. Again, keeping that front leg as bent as possible. Then take any sort of blankets, pillows, if you need to support that hip, and just tuck it underneath the left hip and settle onto it. Once you're there, make yourself nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale, start to melt yourself back down onto the floor. You can come to the forearms. You can bring your head all the way to the ground. You can use a pillow to support your head. And we'll just hold it here. Let your breath soften you and let go. Now we can do that option if you want to do that little twist for the shoulder. You'll come up onto your hands and you'll take that left hand and thread it in the space between the right arm and leg. Lower that left shoulder down to the mat. and let your palm face up towards the ceiling. And then you'll just melt down into this, breathing for 5 deep breaths. And then start to guide yourself back up by pressing in your right hand. We'll come up into that downward facing dog one more time. Take that left leg when you're ready up towards the ceiling, open through the hip, bend the knee. Take some ankle circles, wiggle the toes, take some hip circles. Then you can bring both legs down together and walk that dog. So alternate lifting your heels, shifting the hips side to side. Pedaling it out, feeling it through the calves, the hamstrings, the glutes, the hips. And then calm down all the way to the floor onto your backs. Grab a blanket or a pillow. Slide it under your legs when you come to your back. We want to support your knees, so find that support. And then take anything else if you want. You can take a blanket, wrap it over you. You could put a blanket or something else that's kind of weighted on the belly. When you do that, it helps to signal to the body that you're resting. This helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So again, that rest and digest that we're aiming for. And then once you have everything you want, you can cover your eyes if you want to. You could turn your lights off, whatever you want to get yourself comfy. Let your arms fall down the sides and just rest here for a minute. And if you want to stay here and keep resting, then by all means do so. You can log off and just keep resting here. But if you're ready to start bringing awareness back into your body and wrap up the practice, you can just start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath in and out. And reach your arms up overhead, stretching from the fingertips down to your toes. And then roll onto one side, whichever side you want. Hug the knees into your chest. And then take a moment here to give yourself gratitude for this time you gave yourself, for inviting deep relaxation into the body, for letting go of those tight spaces, and letting your body restore and relax. Start to press into the floor beneath you if you want to come to a seat. Once you guide yourself to a seat, your hands can be in your lap or they can be at your heart. Taking another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth with a big sigh. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this evening, my friends. The light in me loves and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.